We're taking your calls right now at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546.
Online tonight.
Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
And now, from the craziest city on the planet, this is Online Tonight, on the air toll-free at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. And now, the host of Online Tonight, Max.
Welcome to Online Tonight on this cloudy Monday. We actually got a little bit of rain where I am, which is unusual in the deserts of Southern California. My name is Max Smart. This is episode number 2114 of Online Tonight, where we talk about tech, pop culture, and more. And more is pretty much anything except for politics. So you want to think theme parks, food, pets, video games, movies, things like that. Coming up this hour, of course, we've got our Geek Speak and our Bookmark This. Got some Google AI news, an easier way to stream for free, and our review of the movie Project Hail Mary. But more importantly, I want to make your life easier when it comes to technology, your everyday tech products that you might be dealing with. I want it to be fun, entertaining, and educational, and not a frustration. So since the 90s, we've been answering your tech questions right here at no extra charge. And the best way to get into the show is use our toll-free telephone number using our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system. Our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. This is the best method to get in because I always have follow-up questions. We can have a conversation. I know that you're busy sometimes and you're not able to listen to the show live. A lot of people are watching the archive of the YouTube or the Twitch or subscribe to the podcast. So I understand that you might want other ways to reach us. And the other ways are email and text and voicemail. The email address, show@onlinetonight.com. And the text voicemail number is 951-395-1017. Data rates may apply. Leaving a voicemail is your authorization to broadcast your likeness. Again, that number, 951-395-1017. Victoria is producing the show. She's answering your calls, checking your messages on all the platforms. Feel free to chat with us live on YouTube and Twitch if you like. That also works. Before we jump into AI news, this portion of the show is brought to you by Paramount Plus. The streamer has become a serious contender in the ring. Bing, bing, I don't have a bell. I had the closest thing I have is that. No, that's not even close. They have the UFC and the Zuffa Boxing on the basic streaming plan. With the premium plan, you're going to get some additional sports like the WNBA, PGA, the LPGA. Those will be included at the premium plan. If you want to find out what plan is best for you, visit our website at onlinetonight.com/stream. onlinetonight.com/stream. The show is also brought to you by my new line of pirate merchandise. Head over to onlinetonight.com/store where you can see t-shirts and more. Hopefully you'll find something fun that you can argue about. Okay, that didn't work. So I'm going to scratch that out. AI news. The European Commission has ordered Google to give third-party AI apps the exact same access on the Android platform that Google has. So Google has this thing, the European Union has this thing called the Digital Markets Act, DMA. And Google has 1 year to implement the required change, with most requirements due by August 1st of 2027, before any legal appeals are resolved. What will be required? Allowing third-party AI assistants to be activated via voice commands or hardware buttons, letting AI apps perform actions across apps, including long-running background tasks, provide access to app context and device sensors for proactive assistance, granting access to sufficient hardware, software resources, and Google's on-device AI models. So you could actually, if you're an Android developer, you could create a shell. You could have a really small LLM, And according to the EU, you should have access to the Google Foundation libraries that are already on the device. So you can have maybe something a little custom and then use what's already there, but using your interface. The EC is also imposing similar interoperability requirements on Google as it has on Apple. So apparently this is some of the same issues Apple has been dealing with. As an example, Siri AI in the EU was delayed, saying regulators rejected its proposed privacy-focused trusted system agent approach. So the EU's had some challenges there. Apple argued with the DMA previously about requiring third-party AI systems on their devices. Apple's argument is always privacy and security. The European Commission said Apple failed to propose interoperability solutions that met EU privacy and security standards and instead was looking for an exemption. And apparently they were not very happy about that. Experts say that Google AI search is not for kids. A Common Sense Media report found Google's AI overview and AI mode are not safe for children and teens based on over 2,600 test interactions. The researchers found that AI sometimes missed signs of potential self-harm. So somehow the AI is supposed to be a therapist, or at least stop giving information on how you might self-harm yourself. What I've noticed with a lot of these models is they will say something like, oh, that's a great idea, or you should think about this. Well, if there's psychosis or mania or fear or whatever, it probably shouldn't reinforce those things. Oh, yeah, it's perfectly fine to be afraid of driving on the freeway. I don't know what the levels of this are because I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist. What's the difference? Like $120 a visit. But there's got to be a balance somewhere. It also validated eating disorders. Oh, yeah, if you want to stay skinny, just have one egg a day. I mean, AI is very complimentary and agreeable, and sometimes to the detriment of the person who is checking for these things. It also was promoting illegal substances in this 2,600 test. So cannabis, mushrooms, acid, these types of things were, oh, if you might experience XYZ if you try this, and you can mix this and this safely. These are dangerous things to be giving to anybody, let alone teens. AI mode completed homework assignments, and both AI features gave inconsistent answers on identical history questions. What we have to remember is AI is not a brain. AI is what's known as predictive text. And you could send in the exact same question or prompt once, and then half an hour later put in the exact same one and get a different answer. Because it's not thinking like a human is. It's trying to figure out what word would be good to use when I hear this word. It's called predictive language. So it's not a brain. It's a box that pulls out specific tickets depending on what it thinks or what it guesses that you want. I use the word think. That's probably bad. Common Sense Media recommends schools and families disable AI search features. Elementary students should completely avoid AI, and families consider search engines without AI-generated answers. I mean, even like DuckDuckGo and Google and some of these other ones are now showing you little AI summaries. If there's a way to turn that off, that would be great. Otherwise, the parent would have to find a search engine that would. But it doesn't stop anybody from going to the search bar or the URL bar and just typing in Google or typing in whatever search engine and then getting those summaries. So locking some of this technology down sometimes is a challenge. Google noted that parents can block Google search through Android and Chrome parental controls, but AI overview and AI mode is still available even when those things are turned on to minors. About 75% of tweens and teens, I hate that word tweens, use Google's AI search answers according to this Common Sense Media survey. Meta will alert parents if teen AI chats suggest risk. Meta is rolling out a new parental alert feature. It's called Parent Alerts. That notifies parents if teens' conversation with Meta AI suggests possible self-harm or risky behavior. The feature launches in the UK, the US, Australia, Canada at the end of the year. Flagged conversations are first reviewed by a human. Which human? Somebody that works at Meta? Before parents are notified and parents receive mental health resources with the alert. Okay, if you're going to be a helicopter parent, and I'm not saying this is good or bad because some of us do it and some of us don't, I think it's appropriate for anybody under 17 or 18. You should just get a transcript of every single thing that they talk to on the AI. Well, which then it's going to make the teens go to the library. Maybe they'll check out a book. Meta says it's developed a system with input from parents and mental health experts, and we'll see what happens. Online tonight. Stay tuned.
Online tonight.
Geek Speak.
All right, this hour is Geek Speak, where we take a tech term and turn it into plain English right before your very ears, is memory. Memory. Adults have memory, and computers and other devices have memory too, so we'll talk about that. And just before we get to that, this Geek Speak is powered by Anchor. I'm so excited that Anchor has their new Nano wireless car charger. That means your phone is held securely with a mount that charges. We'll get into the charging technology in just a second, but when you use the mount, the head rotates 365 degrees. It tilts 45 degrees, so you get that perfect viewing angle. But the charger is a Qi2 certified 15-watt wireless charging pad that you can take out of the holder and take it with you. Why would that be great? Well, if you're in a hotel room, or maybe you're in a business office, or you're camping and you have one of those mobile battery things, you can use the same high-quality Qi2 certified 15-watt charger that you use in the car with you, so you don't have to pack another one in your bag. The problem is, and I have seen this happen, is when you park at the airport, you need to make sure you take that charger and put it in your bag so that you don't get to your destination and go to charge your phone or your watch or whatever, and then say, oh, darn, I left my charger in the car. But it is flexible and cool that you can use it in the car and take it with you. If you want to get more information on Anchor products, head over to Anchor, our website, onlinetonight.com/Anchor, onlinetonight.com/Anchor. Now, memory. Computer memory refers to any medium that stores the ones and zeros, the digital data, to be accessed and used by your computer. There are different types of memory. You've got the random access memory, or RAM. It's what you probably hear mostly. It's the computer's main system memory. RAM, it's fast. It's usually faster than any of the storage disks. We're going to talk about those in a minute. Programs are loaded into RAM so that the CPU can read it as fast as possible with little to no delay. RAM is temporary. What does that mean? That means when you turn the power off, anything that was in RAM, poof, vanished, gone away. That's why it's important to save your files. When you save your files, those are saved on storage devices like hard drives, solid-state drives, USB flash drives. Those are known as secondary memory. Those devices provide long-term data storage for your files, applications, the computer's operating system. All that stuff lives on the disk. As the computer starts up, it loads some of the stuff into RAM. But the CPU does not have direct access to kind of that content. The operating system has to load that stuff from secondary storage, the hard drives, solid-state drives, and put that into RAM. So the CPU itself also has a small amount of RAM or memory, a small amount of memory on the CPU itself, usually called the cache. It's built directly into the CPU, and this cache is even faster than system RAM, but it is usually pretty small. It only stores a few instructions telling the CPU what to do and other frequently used data. So there you are. Hopefully you learned a little something about memory. That is this hour's Geek Speak memory.
Online tonight.
All right, the phone lines are open. Call our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system using our toll-free telephone number at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 396-6546. Don't forget to follow me on X and Instagram. I use the same account name on both platforms. That is Max Smart Radio, all one word, all lowercase, Max Smart Radio on Instagram and X, Victoria.
We got a text from someone called Scaredy Cat in Connecticut.
Uh-huh.
Are there any new scams we should be aware of? I used to say, how can people fall for these? But they seem to be getting more sophisticated. Any new ones you've seen that I should watch out for?
Well, sure. I mean, you always want to be aware of scams and use your gut. The very first thing I'm going to give you, the best advice is if you ever get an email from any of these people, a bank, the IRS, Social Security, immediately delete that email. This is the best advice. If that email made you concerned or curious, then go to your web browser, so out of mail, go to your web browser and go to your bank. Go to the IRS website. Go to the Social Security website, the official banking or government website. Do not click on the button that is in the email because they may fake it. They may make it look like it's the real Social Security website or the real bank website, but they're fake. They're trying to get your account information so they can drain your bank.
It's a good rule of thumb to remember that the U.S. government will not email you. The IRS, Social Security, they will never send you an email. It's true.
Don't I get a Social Security update
Nope,
reminder?
You get it in the mail.
I get it in the mail. I don't get an email? If I get one
They don't have your email address.
Oh, I guess you're right. Okay, so that might be a scam too, and good thing I delete those.
Yeah, you get a statement usually once a year or once every few years from the Social Security in the mail.
Yeah.
And if you owe the IRS money,
Oh, yeah.
they will not call you on the phone. They will not send you an email. They will send you a letter.
Or they will knock
Show
on
up
your front door. Hello. Hi. We are the IRS. All right. Good point, Miss Victoria. The point being, don't rely on a button inside of an email. 90% of the time, those are scams. Go to the actual site. Your bank using, the bookmark that you probably already have in your browser. Don't ever click on the button from the email. Bad, bad, bad.
And I've been getting a lot of these ones that say, oh, we've completed your service and charged you this amount of money.
I've been getting a lot of those from Best Buy and Amazon and McAfee for virus protection. Those are also all scams. One, because I know I don't buy any of those. And so that's one of the things. Here's the one that's got it kind of concerning me a little bit lately. I got one yesterday that said, are we still meeting for coffee this Sunday, which is a weekend? Okay, first of all, poor English. Most of the people I talk to via text do not speak like that. Hey, are we still getting together for coffee today? That is more what my group would be like. They would not say Sunday, which is a weekend. No, duh.
And I got one, I think, that same day that said, what kind of tea was it that you recommended?
Yeah.
I forgot. And I'm like, I didn't recommend tea to anyone. And whose phone number is it?
Okay, so these are what's known as social manipulation chat messages or text messages. And what they do is they try to build a relationship with you over a period of time, usually a month or two. Used to be called honeypotting or catfishing. And the trick that they're trying to do, Scaredy Cat, with you is build a rapport with you and then say, oh my gosh, my car broke. I need $500 to get it fixed. Would you mind helping me out now that you're my new friend?
And you might ask, how are they expecting to become friends with you? Well,
They're
a polite
talking.
person might say, oh, I'm sorry, you have the wrong phone number. You texted the wrong person.
Then they'll say, oh, where are you? What part of the country
Oh,
are
you're
you
so
in?
nice. Thank you for that. My name is so-and-so.
Exactly. That's how they build that rapport. They get you on the hook. They get you to respond. They get you to start a conversation. It's the whole point of this first message. Get them engaged. You're probably going to say, I think you got the wrong person. Oh, I was trying to reach this person. What part of the country are you in? Oh, I've been there. I thought it was really nice. They're trying to build a rapport with you, and that can lead to financial scams. Don't forget, if you want to send us a message, show@onlinetonight.com, or you can text.
Looking for a one-of-a-kind gift or to complete your own collection? Sumerian Collection offers a wide variety of vintage goods with new items added weekly. Books, collectibles, clothing items, jewelry, gadgets, and gizmos galore. Many items are from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, but exclusive finds from earlier time periods become available as well. Rare vintage items include dolls from around the world and foreign language books. Online shopping at Sumerian Collection is a breeze, with Etsy's secure payment processing and shipping to U.S. locations included free with every purchase. Visit SumerianCollection.etsy.com to see what's new and vintage this week. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. Sumerian Collection.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. That's 800-439-7851.
Where do my friends and other students find their voice? We find our voice through the performing arts, along with millions of other high school students. By expressing yourself in a role on stage, through an instrument, or at the debate podium, the performing arts give us freedom to find ourselves, to find our place. The stage is where I can play, perform, and compete with my friends.
Performing arts at your school is where creativity meets courage. Encourage the students in your life to find their voice through the performing arts. This message presented by the NFHS, where we encourage all students to play, perform, and compete together.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
As parents, we have a million things running through our minds. Playdates, checkups, groceries, laundry, diapers, work, carpool schedules, picture day, swim team, did we mention diapers, birthday parties, meal prep, lost permission slips, dentist appointments, and the dog that still needs to be walked. So it's easy to make a mistake. Oh, I forgot birthday candles. Sit tight, hon, I'll be right back. We say we'd never put our kids in danger by leaving them in the car alone. Oh, wait, since when are candles not on the baking aisle? But never happens. And temperatures as low as 60 degrees can be deadly for children left behind. So always bring them with you, and every time you park the car, stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Looking around for the phone number, it's 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546.
Online tonight.
Sir, one more outburst, I will strangle you with my microphone wire. You understand me?
All right, I want to give you that contact information that I didn't quite get you. First of all, this is Online Tonight. My name is Max. Thank you so much for joining us. Greatly appreciate it, regardless of how you listen, whether it's on YouTube or on the radio stations or the podcast or live audio feeds, archived on the website. The best way to get into the show is use our Broadcast by Onyx Caller 1 system using our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. We also have email and a text voicemail number. The email address, show@onlinetonight.com, SHOW, show@onlinetonight.com, and the text voicemail number, 951-395-1017. Our movie review is brought to you by Govee. I want to tell you about the Govee Neon Rope Light 2. It looks just like a neon sign from just a few feet away, and it's safer than having glass and gases in a tube. It's an incredibly shapeable neon light strip with unique bend clips that help you create the angles and corners for your custom styles. It comes in two sizes, a 10-foot roll and a 16.4-foot roll. You can learn about Govee's products by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/Govee, onlinetonight.com/Govee. Now, movie review time.
From Hollywood.
One very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Blockbusters, tearjerkers, family fare.
Everything is awesome.
What's worth seeing in the theater, and what should you just watch at home?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Here are your hosts.
My name is Max.
And I'm Victoria.
We want to share with you our thoughts on Project Hail Mary, rated PG-13 on Prime. And I would say the rating is really more about peril than any kind of language or nudity or anything like that. I don't even recall a single bad word. But it is a space mission. And then there's peril. I mean, he has to go into outer space to save the world.
There were some real knuckle biter sections there.
Yeah.
I was on the edge of my seat.
So the premise, let me start by saying this is a 2-hour plus movie. So you have to be in the right mood to watch it. We did this in sections because I was not in the right frame of mind to watch a fairly drawn out story that features what's going on in space and flashbacks on how some of the research and some of the scientists and some of how we got to kind of where we decided to go fly 10 years into the trip that was going to take 10 years or whatever to get there. So it's a long, drawn-out thing. And do they succeed? Do they meet any aliens? Does the science that we did on the Earth translate to the science in space? Miss Victoria will give you more of the plot and who's in it, which was surprising. Go.
Okay. So Ryan Gosling is the star in this movie. And he's the main guy because for most of the movie, there's just him, on the screen I want to call it a space station, but it's a
spaceship.
Yeah. Because it's got a lab and, sleeping quarters and all those things. And he's a science teacher on Earth.
He's currently a science teacher.
Yeah.
That's not where he started off his career.
Right. But he's a physicist.
Mm-hmm.
And he's recruited by this woman, I guess on behalf of the government. The
Which
US
government?
Huh?
Which government?
The U.S. government, to help with a problem in space, to help come up with a solution. There are these things that are eating the sun, and they're eating the suns of other solar systems as well. And they've discovered one sun that is not being eaten, and they want to know why. And they want to figure out what we can do on Earth to keep it, to kill the things or keep them from eating our sun. So he comes up with some information about these things. He studies them, and he works with the people who are going to, the astronauts who are going to, and the science team of the astronaut science team that are going to go up and try to collect samples and figure all this out while they're up 11 years away. And something happens, and he ends up being the science guy who goes there.
Right.
And a lot of how he gets there, he doesn't remember. He just wakes up in space by himself because the two other people who, the astronauts, died along the way.
Oh, well, that's a spoiler.
Well,
you might have said something like haven't come out of their induced coma yet. That you might have said something like that. Do you remember that movie with
the premise of the movie?
Do you remember the
says
guy who
he wakes up alone?
Do
on
you
station.
remember the movie with the guy from Jurassic Park and Parks
one
and Rec and the pretty girl?
Where he wakes her up early.
Yeah. All right, go on.
Yeah. Anyway, so he not only is he tasked with trying to figure out what needs to be done to save the world, now he has to pilot the ship and
it's autopilot.
Right, but he also has to figure out, if he needs to move the ship, how does he do that? If he, he's never been on a ship before, he has no astronaut training, so he doesn't know anything about any of the systems.
Mm-hmm.
He has to kind of wing it.
Uh-huh. You could have just asked Mary, the AI. She seemed very smart. And then they had all these cool robots. Thank goodness they had the medical robot because, he may have had a smashy where he needed to get, fixed up and medicated.
Okay.
There are some cool shots in this. He gets to do a moonwalk. They have this ability to create gravity when they need it, which is especially needed when they're doing science experiments. But then there's weightlessness. So there's a lot of, cool little spacey things going on.
And
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say he does make a friend. I'm not going to give any more details, but that really changes everything for him as far as the mission is concerned, as far as how he feels about it and his reason for being there and everything. It all kind of hinges on this friendship.
Well, don't you think that, okay, you've heard the old saying, I'm sure, that if you want to lose weight or you want to learn a language, find a buddy. Get a buddy. You both have this similar goal in mind. So he finds a buddy, I guess, it's one way to put it, and they both want to save their star, their sun, so that they can thrive on where they're from. So now he's got somebody to bounce ideas off. He's not truly alone. They come up with one idea. He comes up with another idea. So they're kind of working together, which is great.
Right. And they each have their own skills. So, and they work well together. I agree with you that sometimes movies that are set in the space station or spaceship settings seem long and drawn out. And I don't know if it's because it's all in one place or you just mostly seeing one person or what it is, or maybe just the whole concept of space being in a box floating in space. It kind of makes it seem like it's forever.
Well, yeah, because there's no sunrise or sunset. We're used to certain cycles on the world, and that's not what happens. Did you want to mention any of the extra actors and actresses that were in this? Because Lily from the AT&T commercials was in here. She was a pilot or a
astronaut.
Yeah, but what was her main Well, navigation or?
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
She was one of the 2 astronauts
Yeah.
that were going up there.
And who was the main lady who hired them?
Her
Do you
name
know?
is
she famous?
Sandra Hüller. She looks familiar, but I don't know from what.
Okay. We're talking about Project Hail Mary, rated PG-13 on Prime. What do you rate it, Miss Victoria?
I'm going to give it a 4.5. It really got me pretty emotional in a lot of places. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and there's a couple nice little twists in there that you were not expecting. So we're not going to spoil those for you. Some weird choices had to be made, and these weird little bugs that are eating our son. What are they actually afraid of? And it's cool that the buddies were able to maybe figure that out almost or entirely. Well, you'll have to watch it to see. Project Hail Mary, rated PG-13 on Prime. I will join you with a 4.5 as well. Again, it is a long sit, so you got to be in the right mood, or maybe split it up into 2 2-hour movies, and you would probably be okay. It's online tonight. Stay tuned.
At Bon Voyage Earns, we love our pets. We couldn't imagine our lives without them. But we know that when they pass on, we want to treat them with the respect they deserve, because they're family members too. Bon Voyage Earns makes biodegradable, marine-safe urns for the delivery of pets' cremated remains to a beautiful resting place in the Pacific Ocean. Love them while you have them. Give them a proper send-off when it's time. More information at bvorns.com.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Our research team has found a perfect solution to solve any man's ED problem, erectile dysfunction. Even the word is a bummer. And those pharmacy pills are expensive, but when you call our special toll-free number, you can always buy 40 to 50 pills for around $2 each. At your pharmacy, you could spend up to $65 for just one pill. Our price is around $2, and our formula works virtually the same as the expensive pills. We even deliver them to your door in a confidential package, so you don't have to go anywhere. Just pick up the phone and order 40 to 50 highly effective ED pills for around $2 each. It's a no-brainer. You'll save hundreds of dollars, and you'll have our 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call now to order 40 to 50 ED pills with no prescription for around $2 each.
Call Steelman now at 800-764-9168. 800-764-9168. That's 800-764-9168.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this, skills-first hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org/LA. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Hey, bookmark this.
All right, each hour we give you a website that we hope you find fun, educational, or at least entertaining. This hour's bookmark this is science.nasa.gov/moon. Science.nasa.gov/moon. Today is International Moon Day, designated by the United Nations to commemorate the anniversary of the first landing of by humans on the moon. So if you're not a conspiracy theorist, this could be a good website for you, because the story is that the Apollo 11 mission took place in July of 1969 and saw Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin walk on the lunar surface 57 years ago today. So if you want to learn more about the moon, you can visit this website, science.nasa.gov/moon. Science.nasa.gov/moon. That is this hour's bookmark list. Don't forget, we put the links in the show notes. So episode number 2114, hour 1, it'll be right there below the Geek Speak. So there you are. This bookmark, this is brought to you by Swag to the Max. I have teamed up with them to introduce my new line of pirate merchandise. You can find them by going to the site they helped set up for me, onlinetonight.com/store. The pirate shirts are right at the top, and then they have some of their other more whimsical items there, and short run stickers and some of the other things that are available to you if you don't want to go to the bigger, massive swagtothemax.com website. So check that out, onlinetonight.com/store, and see my new line of pirate t-shirts. That's what I'm trying to say.
Online tonight.
Trying to figure out where the turkey bacon is on this pig. This is Online Tonight. Now, here's Max.
All right, a little bit of streaming news. I'm always looking to save some money on the streaming, so that would be wonderful. So I Miss Victoria does it mostly. She keeps her eye on those things to try to keep our bill down so we're not spending. One of the reasons we got rid of cable was because at a certain point in our life, we were spending almost $200. And this wasn't even including HBO Max and all the premium channels. We were spending almost $200 for internet and cable TV. And we thought, oh my gosh, that is a huge expense. Because then we started getting Netflix and we started getting these other things. And so we decided to kill our cable. But we still, because we have so many subscriptions, we are always looking to see what we can do. Well, Fandango now lets users stream free movies and TV shows without even creating an account or having to sign in. There's a new Watch Now option, which allows viewers to start free content with a single click. Obviously, there's going to be ads. It's ad-supported, but there's over 3,500 hours of movies. And if you do the math, if you take 3,500, I'm going to do some math for you, and you divide it by 90 minutes, that's like almost 40 full-length movies. Almost. So, sounds more impressive when you throw the hours out there, right? But it's got movies, TV shows, franchises, live sports, all ad-supported. Creating an account is still optional, and that provides features like watch lists, syncing your purchases, access to rented or purchased material. I think it saves your progress better. So let's hypothetically say that Project Hail Mary was on that, and you got an hour and 45 minutes through it, and you're like, I got to have a break. It may not remember where you were. So that's one of the benefits of having an account. Fandango says monthly active. Who owns Fandango? Maybe Miss Victoria knows. Fandango says monthly active users of its free streaming service have grown more than 300% from year to year, while viewing hours have increased by more than 200%. All right. So we know that Tubi's free. We know that Fandango is now free. We know that some movies on Roku TV channel are free. It seems like more people might be jumping into the free thing. Well, apparently, even Disney is considering a free tier for the Disney Plus app service account. According to some people at Business Insider, the move would aim to attract younger viewers who are spending more time on free platforms like YouTube. Disney has not yet announced when the free tier might launch or what the content would include. Let me tell you why they probably haven't announced anything yet. They're waiting until D23, which is the second or third week of August. It is unclear whether the free tier will offer existing content or if it'll be new exclusive programming, or maybe it'll just be short form videos if they're trying to go after the YouTube crowd. If introduced, big if, Disney would stand out from major streaming competitors, which generally offer only paid or ad-supported subscription plans rather than a free tier. Still going to have ads, obviously. Disney will have ads. If it's kid-focused, there'll be kid-friendly ads, usually like cereal and toys and G-rated movies. And when they say major streaming competitors, they mean Paramount, Max, and Netflix. That's who they're comparing them with. There's plenty of other streaming services I mentioned a couple of minutes ago. And again, Disney has not commented yet, but they probably will at D23 if this is something they're really going to do. Netflix is also testing a return to free trials in some international markets, but not in the UK or the United States. The company has confirmed the test, though the U.S. support page still states that Netflix does not have free trials. Well, we don't have them in the United States, if that's where you're checking. Analysts suggest that free trials could help re-engage former subscribers who frequently cancel and resubscribe as streaming costs rise. Next hour, you're going to hear about a lot of price increases, including some streaming services. Free trials could also be used to promote Netflix's growing lineup of live events, sports, and newer features like vertical video. Netflix has a history of testing new features internationally before they bring them to the U.S. and the U.K., as it did with that passport sharing restriction. That was all checked out overseas first. And there is no indication of if and when the U.S. will get a free trial. Have you seen the latest trailer for the Avengers Doomsday? If Miss Victoria is still here, which I don't think she is, I did watch that. And the problem I had with Endgame was too many superheroes. The problem I'm having with the Avengers Doomsday trailer, too many superheroes. And why do I say that? Well, they're now bringing in the X-Men. They're bringing in the Chinese guy with the rings. They're bringing in the new Avengers from the last movie. They're bringing in so many characters. And you thought that the line for Endgame was big. I feel like the line in Avengers Doomsday is also extremely big. Some nice little fun Easter eggs and things to check out there. So if you haven't seen the Avengers Doomsday trailer yet, you might want to check it out. Visit onlinetonight.com for more details. Stay tuned.
Online Tonight is produced and copyrighted by Smart Family Media. All rights reserved. Host Maxwell Smart. Producer and other hats worn by Victoria Smart. Views and opinions expressed are those of the host, guest, and callers. and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, affiliates, or other advertisers.
We're on the air live tonight. 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546 is the number.
Online tonight.
And I'm here tonight to stand up for the rights of other nerds.
And now, from the craziest city on the planet, this is Online Tonight, on the air toll-free at 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. And now, the host of Online Tonight, Max.
All right, excited to get into hour 2 of Online Tonight on this Monday Moon Day. We had a little bit of rain during the day, and it was still over 90 degrees. It always seems crazy to me out where I'm at. This is hour 2, as I mentioned, of episode number 2114. I'm Max Smart, and we talk about tech, pop culture, and pretty much any random thoughts that pop into my noggin. Coming up this hour, of course, we've got our Geek Speak, our Bookmark This. We've got some Apple news, mostly price increases, and we're talking tech, pop culture, and we have some good news if you're a coffee drinker. And, of course, we've got a movie review this hour. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, which is like reminds me of a song. But most importantly, Online Tonight's been here to answer your tech questions pretty much about anything. There is no such thing as a dumb question. Happy to help you. Maybe you've got an old machine, or maybe you're considering switching your game console to a new Steam box, which I think is overpriced and maybe not as powerful that if you just spent that money on yourself and built your own, maybe you're not comfortable building your own. But we can talk about any of those things. Love to help you. That's been our mission since the early 90s. And the best way to get into the show is to call our Broadcast Bionics Caller One system using our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. Let me get a little tea here. I like this method the best because I like to have a conversation. I like to chat with you. You can be my eyes and ears. You can explain the instruction maybe better, or you can reword it for me, which you can't do if you use the other methods like email, text, voicemail. So let me give you those other methods just in case you're listening to the podcast or an archive of the visual version of the show. The email address is show@onlinetonight.com. The text voicemail number is 951-395-1017. Data rates may apply. Leaving a voicemail is your authorization to broadcast your likeness. Again, 951-395-1017. And as always, the best producer in the business, Miss Victoria, is taking your calls, going through your text and your emails, watching for your chats on YouTube and Twitch. So there you go. Before we jump,
sweet.
Oh, no worries. Before we jump into Apple News, this portion of the show is brought to you by Anchor. They have a Prime 3-in-1 wireless charging station. Now that alone is awesome. What does it do? Charges your phone. It charges your Apple Watch or your mobile watch, your smartwatch. And if you have one of those magnetic wireless charging cases for your earbuds, whether it's AirPods, AirPods Pro, Samsung, you can put all three of those things there at the same time. But what makes it even better, it uses Qi 2.2 support. So that is like the same as having a 25-watt MagSafe iPhone charger. It also it's 10 watts faster than the standard Qi 2 MagSafe chargers. And as I mentioned, it works with your watch and your AirPods at the same time. You can check out what Anchor has to offer by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/anchor, onlinetonight.com/anchor. And the show is also brought to you by my new line of pirate-themed T-shirts and other merchandise. Visit onlinetonight.com/store. All right, so a little bit of bad news. We talked on the last show about how you're going to have certain iCloud Plus tiers to get certain advantages from the new iOS 27 and Golden Gate macOS operating system. And then, of course, bam, Apple increases the price. Not in the U.S. just yet, but I expect it. Apple has increased iCloud Plus subscription prices in 8 different countries. Nigeria, Turkey, formerly Turkey. I'm not even sure how you're supposed to say it.
Turkey.
All right. Vietnam, Japan, Egypt, New Zealand, the Philippines, and Indonesia. Probably have to hear the Turkey a couple times before I get it right. Price increases, and I'm not trying to be offensive. That's just the way. I can't roll my R's or anything. I do in my best. There's no insult. I'd like to go there someday. And again, not an insult. I heard the camel races over there are fantastic and other things. So I want to go. And it's the birthplace of one of my favorite people. Prices will increase around 11 to 55% depending on the country and the storage plan. The prices are likely due to currency fluctuations, including weaker local currency against the U.S. dollar. iCloud Plus pricing remains unchanged at the U.S. and the other countries not listed so far at the moment. Apple continues to offer you 5 gig of free iCloud storage, but with iCloud Plus, you get extra storage, you get additional features like domain-hosted email, hide my email, HomeKit secure video, and iCloud private relay, and more things like that. So there you go. What else is going up? This one's going to hit home. Apple Music subscription is going up in the US, Europe, and the UK. The new prices are not extremely high, but if you're counting pennies, then $1 is 100 pennies. That may be a big thing for you. So the individual plan is going from $10.99 to $11.99. The student plan is going from $5.99 to $6.99, and the family plan is going from $16.99 to $19.99. That's the biggest jump. That's like $3. Existing subscribers will receive a notification and then will be charged the new rates on the next billing cycle. So keep an eye on that. And don't forget, you can always cancel your services from right within your iPhone, your iPad, or your macOS. Apple said that the main reason why music is going up is because the labels and the Sound Exchange and the RIAA and BMI and ASCAP and everybody, they're increasing their fees, their licensing fees, the money that goes to the artists and songwriters, etc. So they kind of have to pass that on to us. Apple One plan. I don't know if you know what Apple One is. Apple One has music, TV, news, and arcade all in one. And that is also going up. The family plan is going from $25.95 to $27.95, and the Premier plan is going from $37.95 to $39.95. If you do the math, if you take Apple TV, music, and arcade, I think you end up saving a couple bucks a month. iOS 27 has a new iPhone recovery screen. If you're a Mac person like myself, you may know that you can turn off your MacBook or your MacBook Air, Mac Mini, whatever iMac, whatever you're using. And if you hold down Command R and then turn the thing on, it goes into this custom app that Apple has to allow you to check your hard drive or reinstall the operating system, right? This was on your iPhone because you got to remember the iPhones are basically built on macOS, which is the great grandson of Next Step. And so this thing has been there. It was just really hard for a normie to get to it. Well, iOS 27 now has a manual way for you to get into iPhone recovery, which is great if you want to restore the operating system. Maybe you want to start fresh. Obviously, you want to have a backup of your photos and things like that. But if you're tired of all the apps and all the app data and you want to kind of get a fresh start, you can go into recovery mode and you can do it right from the phone. You don't have to hook it up to a Mac or a PC anymore. The recovery screen can connect to Wi-Fi networks and display battery percentage. To get there in iOS 27, you probably don't have it yet, but if and when you do and you want it, you turn off the phone. You hold the side button during startup, and you keep holding it until it says continue holding for recovery. And then you keep holding it down until you see the word loading recovery options. And there you go. You're going to get a custom menu that's going to let you figure stuff out. Very quickly, iOS 27 has added a major CarPlay update. It gives you the ability to browse and play videos on supported vehicles, but only when the car is in park. I think this is dangerous. I don't like the idea, but let's say you're in a parking structure waiting for somebody to get off an airplane or whatever. You can put it in park and you can watch a little video so that, there's times when it might be reasonable. I'm just afraid of bypasses and people watching movies while they're driving. They got to be safe out there because it's not just them at risk. It's online tonight. Stay tuned.
Looking for a one-of-a-kind gift or to complete your own collection? Sumerian Collection offers a wide variety of vintage goods with new items added weekly. Books, collectibles, clothing items, jewelry, gadgets, and gizmos galore. Many items are from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, but exclusive finds from earlier time periods become available as well. Rare vintage items include dolls from around the world and foreign language books. Online shopping at Sumerian Collection is a breeze, with Etsy's secure payment processing and shipping to U.S. locations included free with every purchase. Visit SumerianCollection.etsy.com to see what's new and vintage this week. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. SAMERIAN Collection.ETSY.com. Sumerian Collection.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify. 800-908-3082. 800-908-3082. 800-908-3082. That's 800-908-3082.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no.
So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning, the cap is loose on that catch-up.
Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Online tonight.
Geek Speak, Geek Speak.
I will admit that spelling is not my strong point, and autocorrect doesn't always make a difference between the word sweet and sweat. I am not wearing sweet pants. I'm wearing sweatpants to the gym tomorrow. Not right now. This hour's Geek Speak, where we take a tech term and turn it into plain English right before your very ears, is memory leak. Some people say I have a memory leak, but that's okay. We'll get back to that in just a moment. I want to talk to you about Govi's Lumen Blend Plus color system. This is a new management system that features a new 16-bit precision chip for smoother, more precise color temperature ranges and transitions. It has a 1000K to 10,000K color temperature range. Govi also has a new partnership, by the way, with Samsung SmartThings. If you want to learn about Govi, head over to our website, onlinetonight.com/Govi, onlinetonight.com/GOVEE. GOVEE. Now, memory leak. A memory leak is something that most developers have to deal with, but us, as the user of an application, might experience slowdowns or unexpected crashes. So what is a memory leak? It is a programming error that causes the program to consume more RAM, system memory, until it's all used up, and then this causes it to freeze up or crash or just become super sluggish and non-responsive. What usually fixes it is quitting the app, if you can. Sometimes you have to go to force quit or go to the task manager in Windows and end process. That will then free up the system memory. You can launch the program again and continue working for another period of time, unless the memory leak occurs again, in which case you're in this weird cycle. This is why you get updates to apps sometimes. You want to have those updates because sometimes it fixes those memory leaks. If a program does not include the correct function to free up the memory after, also known as garbage collection, it will instead hold on to that memory forever. When a program runs that process again later, it requests more memory from the system, increases the amount of RAM it uses until the system has nothing left for other functions, including the operating system. Sometimes your mouse just stops moving, your keyboard stops working. A program that suffers from a memory leak will continue to have this problem until there's a patch or an upgrade. Most software developers find out about these things and will then fix them, which is one reason why you want to, in most cases, there are some exceptions, in most cases, this is why you want to keep your apps updated on both your desktop and your mobile devices. That is this hour's Geek Speak memory leak. All right, the phone lines are open. Call our broadcast Bionics Caller 1 system using our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-online, easy to remember. Don't forget you can follow me on Instagram and X. I use the same account name on both platforms. It's Max Smart Radio, Max Smart Radio, all one word, on Instagram and X. Victoria.
Yes. We got a text from somebody calling themselves Beta Me Baby in Omaha.
Beta me, baby. Beta. What kind of beta?
I'm itching to get my hands on Siri AI features. What do you think about the public beta for Mac OS 27? I've got an extra M3 MacBook Air lying around, so I wouldn't be installing it on my main Mac. Any downsides? Any tips? Do I just head over to beta.apple.com or what?
Okay. I love that you are interested in the future of Mac operating system. I think that's fantastic. And I also think you're a genius for having a spare machine to put it on. This is the problem that I have seen with people who like to be early adopters is when you're an early adopter, there's always a headache. And you don't want to have those on your daily driver, especially if you do business or you're responsible for, maybe you're a little league coach or you're working, maybe you have your own business and you've got your timesheets and your scheduling program on there. You don't want to mess with that with beta software, because the whole purpose of beta software is this is almost ready. Let us know what's not working correctly. And what if that completely shuts down your business or screws up the schedule for the Little League team or whatever it is? You don't want this on your, quote, daily driver. You have an extra machine. The M3 is a great MacBook. I have an M3 MacBook Pro. And so it's great that you have an extra machine to play with, because that's what you're doing. You are playing with it. You're not relying on it for income or to get business done or to, I wouldn't even put my daily journal or my freeform or anything like that on a beta release. But they are, a lot of fun to play with, and you get access to these little early things. Don't expect everything to work correctly. Siri AI is not going to work correctly in some cases because some of the models haven't been tuned. All the models won't be available. The playground may only generate certain types of things. Is it going to work with your current iCloud, et cetera? There's a lot of things going on, but you're going to get to try these things and have fun doing it. So Apple released the first public beta of macOS 27, also known as Golden Gate, I believe on Tuesday of last week. Users can install it through the free Apple Beta software program. The way you get there is you go to System Settings, General, Software Update, and you should see a tab that says Beta Updates. Now, you got to be on iOS 26, I believe, before you'll see 27 pop up, because they need to make sure that you can at least run Tahoe. Then you're going to pick macOS 27 Golden Gate Public Beta, and then you hit the Upgrade Now button. Well, what I would do, because I'm this way, backup is the most important thing. I was talking to somebody the other day who has a very nice MacBook Air. The way he was swinging it around and the way he throws it into a backpack, I'm like, you better have a Time Machine backup of that thing. And he goes, oh, no, I don't. I said, well, hard drives, SSDs are going to fail. Tires on your car are going to fail. You treat your tires, you keep them filled correctly, but eventually they're going to wear out and you're going to have to replace it. The problem with most of the MacBooks, the iPads, the MacBook Airs, the Mac Minis, all these things have soldered hard drives in them, SSDs, and once they go kaplooey, you can't get them fixed. You have to go get a new one or take it into Apple Repair. I don't even know that Apple is fixing SSDs necessarily. So you got to back it up. So I would back up the MacBook Air, M3 MacBook Air, and then I would play with 27. So what does it work on? It works on the new Neo, obviously. Any Silicon Mac that was made from 2021 over, like the M1, M2, M3, etc. Any Mac Mini from 2020, the Mac Studio from 2022, and the Mac Pro from 2023. So I don't think a lot of people have those, but there you go. Hopefully that helps answer your question. Beta me baby. If you'd like to send a message, just like that person did, you can text 951-395-1017, or you can email show@onlinetonight.com. Of course, the toll-free telephone number is the best way to get in. 1-800-39-ONLINE using our broadcast Bionics Caller One system. 1-800-396-6546. Stay tuned.
At Bon Voyage Earns, we love our pets. We couldn't imagine our lives without them. But we know that when they pass on, we want to treat them with the respect they deserve, because they're family members too. Bon Voyage Earns makes biodegradable, marine-safe urns for the delivery of pets' cremated remains to a beautiful resting place in the Pacific Ocean. Love them while you have them. Give them a proper send-off when it's time. More information at bvorns.com.
There's no better way to bond with your cats than with a special treat. Lick and Lap by Vitacraft is a healthy 5-pack saucy tureen snack full of a creamy paste that your cats are going to love. Free from artificial colors, flavors, and preservatives, it's the perfect snack between meals. Lick and Lap is available at Walmart, your local pet stores, and, of course, on their website at Vitacraft.us.
If you turned 65 recently like me, it's important you find a Medicare Advantage plan that gives you the coverage you're looking for. But finding one can be difficult. The best thing I did, and I suggest you do the same, is call a licensed insurance agent and let them walk you through your Medicare Advantage plan options. There are so many benefits you have access to, so make the call now and let the representatives explain everything to you. Our licensed insurance agents can offer you a variety of Medicare Advantage plans. Plus, the call is free, the information is free, and there's no obligation to enroll. We're here to make it easy for you to select a Medicare Advantage plan that may work for your needs. Finding a Medicare Advantage plan can be easy if you do what I did. Make a quick call right now to learn more. Thank you.
800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. 800-439-7851. That's 800-439-7851.
My name is Ariel. When I arrived in the U.S. at 19, I struggled to find job opportunities without my high school diploma. My entire life changed when I took a chance and got my high school diploma at age 22. Everything I have, my education, my career, my marriage, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and my teachers. They were with me every step of the way, helping with my English and math, making sure I push through all the challenges.
Ariel, your success proves that what I'm doing as a teacher has real meaning.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
Education was the key that unlocked all my opportunities.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
As parents, we have a million things running through our minds. Playdates, checkups, groceries, laundry, diapers, work, carpool schedules, picture day, swim team, did we mention diapers, birthday parties, meal prep, lost permission slips, dentist appointments, and the dog that still needs to be walked. So it's easy to make a mistake. Oh, I forgot birthday candles. Sit tight, hon, I'll be right back. We say we'd never put our kids in danger by leaving them in the car alone. Oh, wait, since when are candles not on the baking aisle? But never happens. And temperatures as low as 60 degrees can be deadly for children left behind. So always bring them with you, and every time you park the car, stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
We're not adults, so just be there and listen. I just want someone to yap to. And I just feel like I'll be fine if someone just hears me talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk.
You're doing a really good job. And I don't think I tell you that enough. And I know sometimes we get into it and it's just hard on both of us. But try to understand me more and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at soundidouttogether.org. That's soundidouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
Online Tonight is live and on the air at 1-800-39-ONLINE. 1-800-396-6546.
Online Tonight.
Well, back in the early days of radio, all they had were jungle drums beating the rhythmic message of traffic and weather from village to village. But did they complain?
Hell no.
Do you hear me complaining?
Hell no, because you got a massive secret race that caused all these problems in the first place.
Exactly.
I love news radio, and I love talking to you. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Max Smart. The name of the show, of course, is Online Tonight. Feel free to call our toll-free telephone number using our Broadcast Bionics Caller 1 system. If you want any information about that, too, send me a message. I'm happy to tell you all about it. It's tech-based, and it works great. I love talking about how they solve some very specific problems and make your life so much easier. I also want to make your life easier when it comes to technology, so use our toll-free telephone number, 1-800-39-ONLINE, 1-800-396-6546. The email address, show@onlinetonight.com, and the text voicemail number is 951-395-1017. Before we get into our movie review of Ready or Not 2, I've teamed up with Swag to the Max to introduce my new line of pirate t-shirts and other swag. You can find them by going to my website, onlinetonight.com/store. It's actually a site they created for me, but that's how you get there, onlinetonight.com/store. Now, movie time.
From Hollywood.
One very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
Blockbusters, tearjerkers, family fare.
Everything is awesome.
What's worth seeing in the theater, and what should you just watch at home?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Here are your hosts.
I am Max. Apparently I'm running solo.
And I'm Victoria.
Okay, very nice of you to join me. Turn that speaker up. We're talking about Ready or Not 2. Here I Come, rated R on Disney Plus/Hulu. We watched it on Hulu. And this is the sequel to the first movie, Ready or Not 1. They didn't call it that back then. And the premise is
it's really a continuation of the first movie.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely
picks up right
is.
after the first movie.
Like directly after. She's in the hospital after she got picked up by the cops on the steps of the burning house. So you got to see that. You got to see Ready or Not first before you see Ready or Not 2. So I don't want to give you too much details. I'm going to give you a very quick synopsis of the premise of the first one. Lady gets married. She goes to the family home of these very wealthy rich people, and they have a little party, and then they decide to play a game called hide and seek. But the problem with this game is she's basically being hunted as part of a, let's say, non-godly ritual. Well, I guess it's their god. So a ritual that the family needs to do so that they could stay in power. You may have, if you're a conspiracy theorist, you've obviously heard of the Rothschilds and the Bilderberg group and the deep state, and that the people in charge are actually not the people in charge. These kind of families are. That's kind of what this movie is about. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, rated R, on Disney Plus. Miss Victoria, who's in it? You want to share any of the plot twists?
No, I'm not going to share any plot twists. But I am going to tell you that in the second one, at the very beginning, Grace, who has survived the first movie, she's in the hospital, and her sister shows up, and apparently they've been estranged for a while. So Grace is played by Samara Weaving, just like in the first movie. Her sister is played by Catherine Newton, somebody that we're very, very familiar with. We have interviewed her many, many times, just as she was a young actress starting out. And she's really taken off recently.
I think she's in the new Avengers movie, too.
Yeah, she plays Cassie Lang.
She sure does.
Ant-Man's daughter. And the scenario basically continues. Grace thought she had survived, but because she survived, now she's in yet another.
Well, that's the exact problem.
Yeah.
All right. So what happens is, even within these powerful families, there's a hierarchy, and there is one of the families has the leader of the group ring, which was given to them by the bad guy, the bad god guy from the volcano burning place.
Mr. LaBelle.
Yeah, Mr. LaBelle. We'll just call him Mr. LaBelle. And so because she survived the hide and seek game and she basically unalived that entire family, there's now a gap in the structure of the council, and because she survived, this is unacceptable. This has never happened in hundreds of years. So this is a stain on the council, and so now the council has all these other families. You know, you've heard the 13 families run the world. This movie is kind of based on that, but we don't have 13 families. I think we have 6 or 7. And so now their job is to hunt her down again before sunrise. And whoever wins this particular round is going to get the ring. And so the current family that has the ring has to play the game as well, because I guess the rules are if the survivor survives, then the ring is up for grabs for anybody. Now, had the family succeeded in Ready or Not won, the hierarchy really wouldn't have changed, but the family wouldn't have gone kaplooey. And so, they would have gotten to stay in the council, so to speak.
They would have maintained their status.
That's right. Maintain the status quo. And so she has to battle again, but instead of only having to battle her in-laws, she now has to battle 6 families or so that have a different goal in mind, which is to become the leader of the underground government. And so it's a little bit tougher. And she's handcuffed to her sister, which, they have some challenges. Go ahead.
So they have to get past their past. And then the sister is just kind of floored by this. It takes her a while to adjust to what's going on. Obviously, Grace knows the situation. She's a little savvy to what these people are doing and how to get around them. And her sister is kind of in the way. But then she learns, as she goes along, she learns the ways of dealing with people. I wanted to just mention a couple of the other people who are in this movie.
I have one quick question.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a movie about a family that knows how to kill vampires? It starts with an H, right? The group, the Van
Helsing.
The Van Helsing family. And they basically have the DNA of vampire slayers in their genes, so to speak. I wondered if, maybe some of the instincts that came from the sisters was, there. I was worried about Catherine's character for a while because she seemed just to be like useless.
Right.
But then she put up a good fight.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So Sarah Michelle Gellar is in
one of
this.
the families.
Yeah, as one of the family.
Well, her dad currently holds the ring, so go ahead.
Elijah Wood, I thought he was actually pretty funny in this. He is the lawyer for the group.
Mm-hmm.
So he's the one who's kind of in charge of all the paperwork and the book and everything. And he basically just kind of hides when necessary.
when things are going to go exploding. Yeah. He is funny. He is comic relief. He did a great job.
Yeah. Also, Nestor Carbonell. We hadn't seen him in a while. He's one of the other opposing families.
Is that the one from Veronica's Closet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody else that I know.
That stand out to you?
Yeah. Interesting combination of families, though.
I like would you say that other family was from India?
Possibly.
And that guy abdicated and let his wife. Okay, there's a rule very quickly. If one of the family members, there's a viewing area in this. Okay, all this happens on a golf course / casino. There's a viewing area where the family members, the siblings, the offspring, the wives, the spouses, they can watch from cameras what's going on the battlefield, so to speak. And if a family member is unalived by the 2 girls, then they can take their place. So only one family member is allowed to be represented at a time. I love that one of the guys abdicated and let his wife do it, and that whole thing is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So another bit of comedy. It is rated R. It is extremely bloody. It is extremely gory. It's got a lot of adventure. What do you rate it?
I give it a 4.
I will join you with a 4. We're talking about Ready or Not 2. I think you absolutely have to watch the first one, and you might just watch them back to back because it's really a continuation of the story. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, rated R, on Hulu, Disney Plus. Definitely not for children or people who are squeamish about projectiles or things going through their bodies or a lot of blood. And I mean a lot of blood. It's online tonight. Stay tuned.
If you're an author interested in turning your works into audiobooks, Narrate Your Own Book is for you. Since 2005, David H. Lawrence XVII has taught 3,000 students the ins and outs of voiceover work, including narration of audiobooks. As an author, your curriculum includes more than the performance and recording aspects of narration. You also learn how to prepare your manuscript to become an audiobook and market it once it's finished. Visit narrateyourownbook.com for more information and a sample class. narrateyourownbook.com.
Hey, how are finals coming along?
Good, Mom. It's not easy, but then I remember how hard you would study at the Adult Literacy Center to finish your high school diploma, and it motivates me to keep going.
You're right. Hitting the books after a long day at work was tough, but getting my high school diploma opened new opportunities for us.
Totally. It's so inspiring.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
We call ourselves ASAP Travel for one reason. We can help you book a ticket ASAP. For those of you that don't know, that means as soon as possible. That means no wait time. You get through right away. No searching online. Our specialty is the lowest available fares on the big name airlines. You know them. We can't tell you their names. You can fly domestically or internationally and save more money than you could if you call the airlines directly. Our proprietary software goes underneath the hood of the major airline booking systems and finds you the best rates available. So if you're ready to make your travel plans right now, business or vacation travel, we have all the major airlines, always at great rates. Call ASAP Trips and we'll have your ticket in your inbox in 15 minutes. Call this number now.
800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. 800-515-4035. That's 800-515-4035.
Where do my friends and other students find their voice? We find our voice through the performing arts, along with millions of other high school students. By expressing yourself in a role on stage, through an instrument, or at the debate podium, the performing arts give us freedom to find ourselves, to find our place. The stage is where I can play, perform, and compete with my friends.
Performing arts at your school is where creativity meets courage. Encourage the students in your life to find their voice through the performing arts. This message presented by the NFHS, where we encourage all students to play, perform, and compete together.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this, skills-first hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org/LA. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
You say you'd never give in to a meltdown. Never let kids' toys take over the house. And never fill your feed with kid photos. You'd never plan your life around their schedule. Never lick your thumb to clean their face. And you'd never let them leave the house looking like less than their best. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it. Never let them stay up too late. And never let them run wild through the grocery store.
Peanuts on aisle 6. And aisle 3.
So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, know it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Online tonight.
Hey,
bookmark this.
All right, bookmark this, where we give you a URL or a website that we hope you find fun, educational, or entertaining. I don't know, but for some reason this month it's gotten to me because it just seems like everything is the July month, like the thing of the month. We've talked to you about hot dog this month, blueberries this month, picnics, baked beans, horseradish. All of those are July month. But I would say the most important one in our family and the most popular, especially with Miss Victoria, is probably the fact that July is ice cream month. It seems like every month is ice cream month in our house, but July is officially National Ice Cream Month. It makes sense, though, because where we live, it's very hot, and you get these cool treats during the hottest time of the year. This website spotlights... Oh, did I tell you what the website was? Icecream.com. Icecream.com. This website is basically the home of Nestle cold treats brands. So, Dryers and Haagen-Dazs and Outshine, Oreo, Kit Kat. They own a lot of these things. I don't really think of Kit Kat as ice cream, but they have Kit Kat ice cream. They have a lot of other frosty treats, too. You can find out where to buy your favorite flavors and keep up with what's new in the frozen dairy aisle or maybe the cool counter at your fast convenience store. There you are. That is this hour's Bookmark This ice cream. Ice cream. This hour's Bookmark This. Don't forget, we put the link right on the website. Just go to episode number 2114, hour 2. The link will be right there underneath the Geek Speak, which was Memory Leak. This portion of the show is brought to you by Paramount Plus. If you're looking for some scary good content to binge, well, Paramount Plus has what you need. You don't have to look any further there in Paramount Plus, where you can binge the entire Scream movie franchise. All 7 feature-length films are right there. You can find out everything that Paramount Plus has to offer by visiting our website, onlinetonight.com/stream, onlinetonight.com/stream.
Online tonight.
Realizing our laptop is about to die and the power cord is nowhere to be found, this is Online Tonight. Now, here's Max.
All right, speaking of ice cream, of course, I mentioned it's one of Miss Victoria's favorite things. One. And we might even talk about 2 of her favorite things right now. But apparently, Dr. Emmanuel, an oncologist and bioethicist, I don't know what that is, argues that a long, healthy life comes from basic habits rather than expensive wellness trends. And he has a book called Eat Your Ice Cream, 6 Simple Rules for a Long and Healthy Life. The doctor highlights that there's a thing called the ice cream paradox, and that is where some researchers suggest that dairy consumption, including ice cream, should be done in moderation, and it may even help lower the risk of type 2 diabetes. He recommends, of course, eating more fiber and fermented foods like yogurts, cheese, kimchi, sauerkraut. Sauerkraut to me smells like dirty shoes. But apparently that's really good for your gut health, and some of the other things to add to your diet might be ice cream. You would have to check out his book. He has 6 rules. Avoid self-destructive risks like smoking, excessive alcohol, dangerous behaviors. I view dangerous behaviors as skydiving, kite flying, things like that. Those are high-speed racing. Those are probably dangerous for you. You should interact with people. That's good. Have social connections. That's another one of his health rules. Keep learning and maintaining. That's one of my big ones. I'm always asking questions and trying to learn new things. Treat ice cream and other things as a treat, and to have a balanced diet. Don't overdo it with any of these things. Stay active, have exercise, and of course, make sure you get quality sleep. So there you go. You can get more information by checking out his book. Another one of Miss Victoria's favorites is coffee. If we're not talking about ice cream and we're not talking about what we're doing today, we are talking about the need for coffee. A new American Heart Association scientific statement says that up to 5 cups of coffee per day is safe for most adults and might be linked to lower risks of stroke, diabetes, and heart failure. I guess it depends on what you put in the coffee. Some of these things are what make you bad. Like some of these flavored creamers, too much sugar, whipped cream. You put all these things in there, probably not good. Recent research, by the way, has changed. They used to say that people with heart conditions shouldn't have caffeine. But in a recent study, the coffee consumption has reduced type 2 diabetes by up to 30%. It is to lower the chance of irregular heart rhythm returning after treatment by 39%. Not sure what that means, but unfiltered coffee like French press, espresso, and Turkish coffee contains cafeistol. I don't know how to say it, which can raise LDL bad cholesterol. So keep that in mind. The AHA warns that energy drinks, coffee shots, and caffeine pills are completely different than coffee. Just because it might say contains the same amount as a double coffee on your energy drink, there's a bunch of other stuff in there that could elevate your blood pressure. It could change your heart rhythms. So not all caffeine is created equal, let's say. Coffee in this report says it's fine for you. People with heart conditions or other heart risks should consult their doctor about safe caffeine intake. And don't be tricked into thinking there's no caffeine in decaf coffee. They use the Swiss method, and kind of like a Tic Tac. You know how Tic Tac says it has no calories? Well, the mint's like this big. But if you eat a whole box of Tic Tacs, there's going to be calories because it's made out of sugar. If you drink a lot of coffee, even decaf coffee, you're going to get some caffeine. So just keep that in mind. Experts recommend drinking coffee in moderation rather than consuming it just as a health aid. Sugar. I love sugar. Astronauts have discovered a type of sugar floating around in space between the stars. I don't know how they do this. They must have a satellite out there that takes samples of the stuff around them and then checks it out. I'll have to do more research. But apparently the discovery adds to previous findings that complex organisms in space, including sugar-related compounds, have been found near the Milky Way and in asteroid samples from the OSIRIS-REx mission. So there you go. Satellite with a little scientific system in there that can check what's in these samples. Don't forget, if you missed any portion of the show, you can head over to onlinetonight.com where you can get the bookmark this, the show notes. You can listen to the audio archive. You can subscribe to the podcast. You can check out our store where we've got some new pirate merchandise and so much more. We'd love to hear from you. Stay tuned.
Online Tonight is produced and copyrighted by Smart Family Media. All rights reserved. Host Maxwell Smart. Producer and other hats worn by Victoria Smart. Views and opinions expressed are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of the station, its management, affiliates, or other advertisers.